George Soros is the money behind this one. A third Reconstruction push. Joining us to talk about Vlad Davidyuk, political analyst. We've been trying to figure out, Shara and I have been trying to figure out here, Vlad, where do we come up with three? We know that there's Reconstruction right after the American Civil War. We know they want to do Reconstruction now. What's the other one?
Typically, the other one, hey, good morning, guys. Typically, the other one is the one they refer to as what happened after the New Deal and Great Society, the combination of those two things.
Okay, but this one seems to have a lot of racial tones, too, right?
Well, look, I mean, that seems to be the modus operandi for the left now, which is basically anything that they want to achieve, they label it as necessary to achieve equality or racial harmony, and any opposition to it can only possibly be because of racism, not at all because of differences of political ideology or not wanting to go along with a socialist agenda or not wanting to bankrupt the United States of America into oblivion. It's purely because of racism. And that's the only possible reason. And they did that, from when Obama was president. Any kind of opposition was based entirely on racism. There was no rational reason to oppose government mandates on health care or government deciding who gets to win and lose when it comes to receiving incentives from the state coffers. The left has used the race card as their only card for a couple of years now.
All right, so this is going to go on the road. This is going to be a road show coming to a major city near us. I'm guessing
agitation, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Well, we saw in the summer of 2020, we saw riots break out across America, and those riots were bought and paid for by people who funded them, by people who provided bail money, by people who provided transportation to and from. It's part of a larger agenda to agitate, to disrupt, and to cause chaos and sow dissension wherever they can to advance the agenda, which is to move the needle towards a socialist society, to move the needle towards acceptance of the left-wing agenda.
Democrat rule forever. I would call it a Marxist society, and what they can't get done in Congress and get done legally, they're now going to do by activism and agitation.
Well, look, I mean, the left doesn't stop at what the rules say when they get involved in the game. They get involved in the arena and they do whatever they have to do. There's no limitation. There's no restriction. There's no stopping them. They will use every single means at their available. They throw the kitchen sink at whatever it takes. If it takes marching into neighborhoods to harass elected officials and to threaten private citizens in their homes, which is what they said they were going to do last summer. They were going to move from the cities into the suburbs. That's what they'll do. When they march and they say no justice, no peace, they mean it.
Okay. Scary thought. All right, Vlad, thank you. Vlad Davidyuk, political analyst, joining us here on News Radio 740 KTRH.